Glassblowing to me is freedom. It's freedom of choice, freedom of expression, freedom to manipulate reality just enough to capture posture in nature, capture an idea, a fantasy, a look, or an experiment. It's a means to which to create an artistic way of life every day, and a freedom to make a living in awe. Every day is different. Every piece is different. There's nothing the same with glass. Each and every endeavor is something new, something special in its own right, such as freedom is special.
What was it that inspired you to pursue the occupation of glassblowing?
For me personally, it started when I was real young. I was about 8 years old, although at the time I had no idea. I had found an oddly shaped piece of glass on my way home from school one day. When I got home, I asked my dad what it was, and he said it was a poorly blown piece of glass to throw it away. I always wondered what that meant. Later, when I was 17, I moved to Eugene, Oregon. That's where I was introduced to the lampwork and borosilicate glass. Right away, I was inspired by all the possibilities. Right then is when I realized that there is an endless amount of possibilities with this medium, and the thought of endless possibilities intrigued me. I was hooked. From there on out, it's all I ever wanted to do. My calling, so to say.
What is the piece of art that you're most proud of?
That's such an obscure question at this point. I've made so many pieces that I'm proud of, and I've made so many pieces that I'm not so proud of. Some of the pieces that I'm not so proud of, the customers were super proud of. So at this point, it's hard to say. Who knows? I may make a piece today that tops any other in the world. You never quite know with glass. I think that's its beauty.
From the shortest to the longest amount of time, how long do you usually spend on a piece?
Again, that's one of those questions that's really hard to answer. There's been pieces that only take me a minute to complete, and other pieces that have taken up to a week to finish due to multiple facets of creation and advanced technique. So I think that I can safely say anywhere in between a few minutes to a few days or even more. It just kind of depends on what I'm making at the given time.
What is the feeling you get when you first pick up the glass and start the process of creating it?
Depending on what I'm making at the given moment, I can get an array of feelings or emotions. Anything from anxiety to fear to excitement and sadness. Again, every piece is new. Sometimes we make happy things, sometimes we make sad things. Other times we make things that we've never tried making at all. And there's always the ever ominous shadow of doubt. But I've learned even in shadow there's light. So we create whatever mood we need in a piece. That's our freedom of expression. And it gives our world a piece to enjoy.
How long did it take for you to learn before you actually started bringing in income?
I remember it being within the first year or so of me blowing glass full time that I was actually able to be selling my pieces for a steady income. But at the same time, I had to be behind the torch diligently for hours upon hours to be able to create such things. Into the second and third years of my glass blowing endeavors, however, I was honestly able to say, if you can draw it, I can make it. But again, it took 10 to 14 hours a dedicated day after dedicated day to be able to use such bold vocabulary with people. So it was really in between the first and second year of my study that I was able to become proficient enough to be making a steady living off of molten glass.
I see that you use a ventilation system and oxygen. Can you explain to me what that's used for?
The ventilation system in a glass blowing studio is the most important piece of equipment that we use. Glass by nature is made up of many different heavy metals and oxides, silica sands, and minerals, all of which are very harmful to the human body. By using a high CFM blower motor, we were able to make the glass studio a safe environment for not only ourselves, but for anyone in the room. This piece of equipment is a vital part of operations. Without it, we are unable to create the inspiring works of art that we do. Because glass, in its molten form, is the slowest moving liquid in the world. Therefore, it has no shape until we give it to him.